There we go. So before we get into the slides, we have some slides for you guys tonight. I just want to introduce Laura and I. You guys know who I am. I've hosted a team call before. But I just have to say I'm super proud of Laura, you guys. She's a fairly new coach. She's very close to Diamond. She got into this business and seriously skyrocketed. She jumped in with both feet. She never looked back. And it's funny, this is crazy that we're sitting here doing a call for you guys, because if you knew Laura and I in high school, when we hung out, it did not consist of team calls and Shakeology. We were your typical party girls, didn't really have a vision in the world, nothing like that. We've kept in contact for a decade now. We've been really good friends. She's been through struggles, so have I, but always somehow come back into each other's lives. And now here we are hosting a call for you guys. So it's super cool, and I'm super pumped for Laura to be able to do this tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to share my screen with you guys. Not that one. All right. Oh, one sec here, guys. Sorry. All right. So we're going to start with the first one. I love this quote, you guys. When we saw this, we thought it was absolutely perfect for this call, and really helps us find that passion again. So discover what ignites your passion. That is your real job here on earth. Let it light you up, and then find a way to share it with the world. So I thought this was really cool. Not only is it inspiring, but it is basically what we do as Beachbody coaches, right? Without that passion in the business, you guys, we have nothing. And I know it's hard to stay tapped into that passion, and we're going to talk about that today. I'm going on 2 years of coaching, and it's very normal to feel like you're losing that passion, but there are ways to find it again, you guys. And it's nothing that you're doing particularly. It's how it goes as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of a business. It's just so important to find that passion. So I want to kind of share something really personal with you guys. My biggest blessing in life, opposed to obviously my children and my hubby, is Beachbody. I really struggled growing up finding a passion and doing something that actually makes me happy. I've danced, I've played soccer, I've played baseball, I've joined poetry clubs, I've done it all, and nothing hit home like Beachbody does. So for me, my whole life consists of Beachbody. It is a part of who I am. And so that passion seems to be there all the time. But I know that it can easily be slipped away. So I love this. I kind of came up with it on my own. If you are not consistently stoking your fire, it's going to go out. And that happens a lot in this business, you guys. And if you let it go out so bad during those tough times, those rainstorms, think about how much harder it is to light that fire again, right? So we want to refrain from doing that, from losing our sight, from losing our passion and what we're truly passionate about. So just some things, and like I said, this was just an extra slide that I wanted to do for you guys to start the call out, because I just feel like this is so important. So some things to do to rekindle that fire, to refuel it. Personal development. I know we hear about this all of the time. But you guys, the more that you put in that positivity into your life, and the more that you're growing, the more inspired you're going to be. That passion, you will never lose it. If you are sticking to your personal development every single day, as little as only 15 minutes, it will make a world of a difference. When I feel like I'm losing and I'm slipping away a little bit, I always go back to the basics. So I think about when I first started Beachbody, not even as a coach, nothing like that. What was I doing when I first started Beachbody that ignited me, which made me feel so passionate? For me, that was T25. That was Shaun T. That was starting my own health and fitness journey, right? Maybe if you're feeling like you're losing that passion, maybe it's in your own health and fitness. So always just like recheck and reevaluate yourself and see where you're at. And are you on a program? Are you drinking your Shakeology? Are you doing all those things that made you fall in love with Beachbody to begin with? And if not, go back to the basics, okay? Trying something new. So this can be in a wide range of variety. Maybe running free groups. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related, you guys. We want Beachbody to be a part of your life, but not consume it. So what are some things that you really love? Okay, for me, I love fashion. So that might be something that I run, a 3-day, open curtain to my closet or something like that, where I can add value into people's lives, right? Revisiting your why. So important. I know that it's sort of like a broken record when you hear that, but as you continue to grow in this business, and I'm speaking from personal experience, I always tried to use my why story from when I first started. That why has completely changed. So the more that I kept telling it, it wasn't true to who I was and how I was feeling. So I like to, even monthly sometimes, because in this business, you can grow, you can change, you can completely transform yourself in just a month. So I revisit that why in the first of every single month. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still a Beachbody coach? What makes me happy about that? Why am I pushing so hard for the goals that I have set for myself? That why will always forever change, you guys. So I want you guys to really tap into that passion. Right now is a crazy busy time for us. We have holidays coming. We have Christmas. We have all these things, you guys. And to get in that right mindset right now is so crucial, okay? So that is the passion. We're going to get into our slides for the call. And I'm going to let Laura take it away here with hers. And she's going to talk to you guys about branding yourself. And I'm just going to say this quickly, Laura, before you get going. When Laura came into this, she started branding herself right away. And I never realized how important this was. I just recently, since Laura's done it, realized that I need to brand myself more, and I've been doing that. So it's really neat, coming from a new perspective and from a brand new person that's been watching me on social media for a long time. She kind of used her knowledge and stuff like that with that. So take it away, Laura.
Thank you, Shayla. So yeah, as Shayla was saying, you don't have to be a brand new coach to start a brand new brand. You can absolutely start right now, today, after this call, thinking about what you want your business to look like to other people. What I decided when I first started, it took me about, I would say, 8 months to get really into coaching. But within the first couple of weeks, I decided, you know what, I need something that's going to be recognizable to people. So I came up with unicorn. The reason being for that was I was typing the word blessing into Google. And what came up was a group of unicorns. That's what it's called, a blessing. Of 20 or more unicorns is called a blessing. And that's what my Beachbody family is to me. You guys are all such a blessing. You've changed my life in so many ways. It's just phenomenal. So that was one of the big reasons why I chose unicorn. Then when I typed unicorn into Google, what came up was a startup company worth over $1 billion. And I thought, you know what? That's my goal. I want financial freedom. I want to do this for the long haul. I want to be able to retire off this business. So unicorn just fit for me. And now I'm the crazy unicorn lady. I have unicorns everywhere. I carry them around. This is my daughter's favorite toy. This is my cell phone case. It's synonymous with me. So the reason why branding is so important for that reason. So one of the major components of your brand is going to be your logo. So for me, that was super easy because it's just a character, right? Think of how you instantly recognize the golden arches of McDonald's or say the swoosh of the Nike symbol. As the face of a company, your logo design is critical because that simple graphic will be on every piece of correspondence and every piece of advertising. Professional logo design is simple enough to be memorable, but powerful enough to give the desired impression of your company. A great logo will lead to effective advertising, which is so important in this business because people are not just going to come to you. You have to put yourself out there. So branding also will build financial value for you. A strong brand usually guarantees future business. The greater a company's devotion to build its brand value, the better the financial return from its efforts. It also inspires your employees. Many employees need more than just work. They need something to work toward. When employees understand your vision, when I say employees, I mean team, you guys, sorry. I know we're all equals in this business. So when your team understands your vision and reason for being, they are more likely to feel that same pride and work in the same direction to achieve the same goals that you have set. Having a strong brand is like turning the company logo into a flag that the rest of the team can really rally around. Branding also generates new customers. It enables your company to get referral business, which is so important. If someone loves their experience in a challenge group or something, you want them to go and tell their friends about it. But would it be possible for you to tell a friend about the new shoes that you love if you couldn't even remember the brand? No. So a large reason that the word brand is used for this concept is the goal is to make a lasting impression, much like branding cattle or whatever. As the most profitable advertising source, word of mouth referrals are only possible in a situation where your company has delivered a memorable experience with your customer. The most profitable companies, small and large.
This video is not very flattering, but I like,
They have established themselves as a leader.
I had to put something together today, and this is the only footage I had was from yesterday when I met T-shirt. It's just not very flattering.
1 sec here. I just gotta mute someone. 1 sec, guys.
Why?
Oh shoot, the audio is not supposed to be on that.
I'll just
okay.
keep talking.
Keep going.
I'll just keep talking.
I'll find it.
So yeah, I guess my main point is to come up with something that's uniquely you. It's easy to put on absolutely everything that you do.
Oh, it's just
Be
a trademark.
consistent, as the slide says. Use the same color scheme, same
it's kind of
placement,
playing over top of each other, so I don't
you
think
don't
it's
need
that
to
big
be
of a deal.
fancy, just do it every single time. That way your team will know what's up. Your customers
I just put that there because they're cute, and I didn't have another one that I wanted to post.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find someone else that's still talking. There we go. Found it. Good to go.
Okay, back to Shayla.
All right. So I just want to touch on this a little bit because for you guys on the team, you probably know by now, you know, we are Inferno. You are my big, wonderful family, but I've also branched off a little bit and have my own team growing. And for me, we are the Team Girl Boss Brigade, okay? So my logo is a girl. It's a silhouette. She's in sort of a fitness pose, but she's not lifting weights or anything because, yes, it's fitness-oriented, but there's so much more meaning to it. So that's my logo. That is my name for my team. And the way that it came about that is actually I was reading my personal development book, Girl Boss by Sophia Morozo. If you guys haven't read it, amazing, amazing, amazing. So anyways, I was reading it and she was talking about, you know, the person that she aspired to be and all these things that she truly believed in. So for me, you know, I've always really believed in hard work. I believe that if you're working as a team, you work as a team, you work hard, you play hard together. I believe that, you know, as a girl boss, I'm a feminist. I work and work and work until I reach those goals. I'm a girl who wants to lift other women up all the time, okay? So that's my definition of a girl boss. So when I had read that book and I was so inspired, that is when, yeah, exactly what Laura was just saying. It just resonated with me so much, and I felt that fire and that passion in Girl Boss. So that's how our team name came about. I incorporated Brigade because of Inferno Brigade because we are all one team. Sorry, but I just wanted to say that branding yourself, you guys, it is very important. And now I'm starting to actually publicly, because of you, do that, right? So now people know me as like the CEO and founder of Girl Boss Brigade.
For sure.
You know, so when I say you want to join my team, I don't even say that anymore. I just say Team Girl Boss Brigade, right? So people recognize that. People know me as that now. So pretty cool. Next slide.
So now that you have, let's just say you came up with a great brand, it's very important that you do everything properly after that, because your personal brand is going to be synonymous with your reputation. So it refers to the way other people will see you as a business owner or representative of an idea. So say your brand is creative genius or workout extraordinaire, romantic, a foodie. Are you trustworthy? What do you want to represent? What do you stand for? What ideas and notions pop up as soon as someone hears your name? So when someone hears unicorn, what I hope that they think about me is that I'm a positive, uplifting, you know, inspiring person that also runs online accountability groups, private ones. Because that's what I always say on my Facebook. So people sort of like when they're sharing these things, this slide here, I know it's like about clothing and stuff, but when they say, I saw this today and thought of you, what they're really saying is, I saw this and I thought about your challenge group, because this girl actually contacted me with my team and is now a coach. So where am I here?
It attracts people like you.
Yeah, it attracts people like you. So in saying that, you want to decide and lay out your core values. How would you like potential customers to think of you? Your brand is built from the thoughts and words and reactions of other people and is shaped by how you present yourself. This is something that you have complete control over. You can decide how you would like people to see you and then work on publicly being that image. Values are the easiest thing to present and have people identify with, so start there. For me, I wanted to become the best. So I want to sell a fitness program. I need to be seen as someone with authority to be able to teach others on this topic. Every good brand involves the notion of expertise. Nike brands itself as an expert in creating quality and fashionable sportswear. And since 50% of what I'm selling is my coaching advice, I needed to be able to create the perception that I'm really good at what I do, even though I'm still totally a beginner. This is why it's so important for me to continue learning and updating my knowledge. So especially if your expertise is based around such a dynamic industry like the fitness industry. Beachbody changes drastically from month to month. This is something I got caught up in myself when Health Bet started. I was like, what is this Health Bet? I didn't know anything about it. I got completely lost. I didn't advertise properly for it. And I wasn't doing my job because I wasn't learning. I had stopped learning and challenging myself, and therefore I wasn't an expert anymore. So that really made my brand suffer because I had totally just dropped the ball. That's my baby crying. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, sure. You can finish this if you want. I'm just going to grab it.
Sorry guys, we have a crying baby who was sleeping and just woke up and was really confused about where mom was. So I'm going to go ahead with my slide. She can come back on this one so that we can kind of continue to get the call going. All right. All right, so here we go. Next slide. All right, so I love this, you guys. I'm a total Dr. Seuss fan. I have 2 boys, so I'm always reading it. But he inspires me in such a witty way. He's so positive all the time. It makes sense, and it's simple. So today you are you. That is truer than true. There's no one alive who is youer than you. 100% true. What you have to offer is so much more than you will ever imagine or what you believe to be. So this is really cool, you guys. You see these little bubbles on the bottom here. So I went ahead and did some research. Ways to find core value, ways to pick your brain a little bit and to help you kind of focus back on your passions and things that you stand for so that when it comes to, social media and all that kind of stuff, it's a little bit easier for you guys to get yourself out there. All right. So the first one, I'm just going to read these to you guys really quickly because I have a fun little activity that we're going to do. So it's what or who would you be if you knew you couldn't fail? So you really think about that for a second. But I need to touch on this. Failing, there's no such thing in this business, you guys. Failing is only when you quit, okay? Just always remember that for me. I used to call myself a failure all the time in this business, but I kept going. And so therefore, you start having that success. You are not a failure. A failure is a quitter. All right. So just always remember that. What is your core value? What is your personal values? Okay. So I went ahead and researched this as well because I was a little unsure of what that meant. So personal values are things that you believe are important in the way that you live. They give you reference for what is good, beneficial, important, useful, desirable, and constructive. Okay. So if you were to think of your core personal values, what would those be? What makes you genuinely happy, you guys? It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. Obviously size is, but dance makes me happy. My family makes me happy. Listening to music makes me happy. Food makes me really happy. What are the things that makes you really happy? Think about it for a second. Get in that moment and really think about it. What is your 90-second personal elevator speech? We should all have one of these ones, you guys. If you were to be put on the spot and someone says, oh, you're a Beachbody coach, like, tell me how you got into it. Would you be able to give them sort of your story within 90 seconds? If not, maybe that's something that we can work on, right? And as a team, contact your upline coach. They can help you with that. And as you start doing it, you guys, you'll start to notice that it comes a lot easier. When someone asks me now, I don't even think about it, right? You just kind of have that kind of roll off the the ball of your time. So if money were no object, how would you live your life differently? All right. So Laura, we actually talked about this earlier. And I was like, well, not everybody's objective in this business is money. But it's not only just about this business. You guys think about life. We need money to survive. Okay. So if money wasn't an issue, how would you live your life differently? So that kind of reflects back on what is your goals and your dreams in this business? What makes you feel super excited to push for them? How would that change your life? How would you live differently? And that's right, going back to life of design. So those 5 things are so important to take a few minutes and think about it, you guys. And so there is something that I want to do with this. I'm going to be posting this slide in the Inferno team page, okay, tomorrow morning, along with the recording. And I'm going to attach a quick little fun, what's called a core value assessment. So it's super quick, you guys, and I'll just put the link in with this slide, and it'll take you to a website where you actually get to pick out certain personalities about yourself, and it will break it all down for you and show what your true values are. And maybe that will make you a little bit more clear on everything, okay?
And I just did that test that Shayla's going to be posting just before this call, and it was so beneficial to me. Like, it really highlighted what was different about me versus different about Shayla. I looked at hers and looked at mine, and it was crazy just how different we are, because I thought we have all the same values if we're both Beachbody coaches, but trust me, we're so different. And it's gonna shed some really important light on where you want to take your business and who you are as a person. So make sure you do that exercise.
Yeah, you guys will love it. And then of course there'll be a little thing where we comment below and kind of get you guys to post it and have some fun with it. So I'm going to read actually what mine came out to be, because I know sometimes you're like, oh, these little quizzy things, but this, like, it freaked me out how bang on it was. So mine came back as: my values show maintaining holistic balance is important to you, with efforts to keep in as good condition as possible. So true. Living with a passionate and an upbeat, fun-loving approach is important to you. Also true. Sharing the lessons of your experience to support and guide others is a focus for you. That made me feel really good. I must be doing something right in this business, because that is what it's all about, right? So that was really neat to hear. Right here. You demonstrate dedication in all that you do. You show a strong sense of caring and feeling empathy for others. Close relationships are the utmost importance to you, and they are central in the decision that you make. This goes for my team. When I read that, I felt almost emotional. I'm like, that is so true. And you see the possibilities where others cannot, and you have an understanding of the steps needed to get there. So not only does it kind of shed some light on the areas that you're very strong at, it's nice to hear that once in a while. You know, you can think, oh, that is true. And you know what? I do that. So you should give yourself a pat on the back. So I'm excited for you guys to do this. I think it'll be fun. And I'm super stoked to hear some of them that you guys post in the group there. So next slide. All right.
Went off yours.
That's okay.
Sorry.
So now that we're kind of trying to find our passion and things that are unique about us and how to put ourselves out there and branding ourselves, now we need to talk about going about that in a social media presence. So be the lighthouse for all of those lost in the sea. All right. So I want you guys to think about this for a second. As a Beachbody coach, we are sort of like the lighthouse of the ocean. Okay. We are reliable. We're a safe place. We keep people warm and feeling good. I'm like, where is it? Sorry, guys. Reliable, safe place. And you are shining bright so that you stand out. Okay. So there are some people out there, you guys, on your social media that are drowning. Okay. They're looking for a safe place. You guys are that. And that is why it's so important that we get ourselves out there and make ourselves more presentable, and to, shine that light as a Beachbody coach and to make yourself different from others. Sorry. Yeah, that's why it's important. It's your job to be a beacon of positivity on your social media and a landmark for those in need of your help. So I have 3 things that I do daily to ensure that I'm being a lighthouse, okay? aside from the vital behaviors. We all know what that is. I'm not going to go through that with you guys. That is non-negotiable. But other things that I do. So on my social media, I share once a day a experience or a struggle that I'm going through, and I turn it into a positive thing. Okay, so for an example, today, my first post was, I'm starting 21 Day Fix Extreme. It was really hard. I could barely get through it. I wanted to quit, and then I turned it into a positive, okay? But that real struggle makes me really relatable to people, and that creates a lot of trust. You can look at, there's some Beachbody coaches that I've seen where it's, I'm the best and I do everything perfectly, and it's just not relatable, you guys. We need to make sure that we're always being as real as we can. I also add value to all my posts. So for example, today also, my second one that I did, adding value, and then my struggle or my experience. But I did a recipe, okay? I gave a recipe out. Just making sure that everything that I post, there's some sort of value or positivity or something that somebody can relate to. So it's not just another post by somebody who's on a fitness program, because there's a lot of us in the sea, right? So we need to do things that are going to stand out. I also, before I post, you guys, I make sure I'm in a happy, positive mindset. So I bet you, I want to see a show of hands. How many people have had one of those days where you're just not having it, it's not a good day, and you've tried to post or invite, and you're frustrated and you're pissed off at yourself and you just don't want to do it, right? Show of hands. Tons of us, right? So for me, before I try and post, before I try and invite 5 to 10 people a day, I make sure that I'm in a good mood, that I'm feeling positive, and I'm in the right mindset. Because as soon as you do that, people feel that energy, right? And then the third thing that I do, you guys, is I engage in people's posts, right? So people who have nothing to do with Beachbody, nothing to do with it, I'll go to people's walls and I will compliment them. I will comment on their posts. I will like their posts. I will start a conversation with them about their posts. Anything to make a friend, right? Above all, you guys, yes, we're coaches, but we are a friend. People trust us, and with a friendship, there needs to be trust there, right? So it shows, yes, I am a Beachbody coach, but I also pay attention to people's detail. I really do care what their kids are up to. I know that they, just worked 5 days in a row and they're really tired, but they're proud of themselves, and I complimented them on it. Those little things, you guys, will go a really, really long way. So I love this little picture at the bottom here. The little clothes sign with the guy who's soaking wet with the umbrella. Think of your social media, you guys, as a storefront. And I know we say this in training, but think about it in this way, okay? Opposed from posting and all that kind of stuff. If you say I go to Laura's shop, I need to go to her shop and get something. I'm desperate for it. I need it. If I don't have it, I'm going to be upset. And I go there and her clothes sign is on. She's not open. She's nowhere to be found. I haven't seen or heard from her in 5 days. That doesn't look very good to your followers, you guys. If they start feeling really down and out and like they need to start a health and fitness journey, and they go to your page to check things out to see how you're doing, and you haven't posted in 2-3 days a week, they're probably going to go and find another Beachbody coach to help them. And we don't want that, right? Like Laura was saying earlier, referrals and being talked about and all that kind of stuff, positivity is huge, you guys. So make sure that your open sign is on. You guys are showing up. You're adding value. You're proving that our stuff is working. I know these are vitals. And maybe looking at it in a different perspective like that, the storefront, open close sign will kind of ring a bell a little bit more. But above all, every single day, you guys, try and make people feel happy on your Facebook. Laura was going to go over this with you, but she's not here. But so often, you see those odd either moms or maybe students or whatever, and all they have to do is pour out negativity because they had a bad day or, something didn't go right or their kids are being annoying. That instantly almost makes you feel that negative energy. You know what I mean? It starts to reflect on how you're feeling. It's starting to affect it. So being happy, positive, all that kind of stuff, you guys, you'd be really amazed how many people that you inspire. And so Laura she just grabbing Lacey.
I hope that works. I know.
You're up, girlfriend.
she's gonna none of your head.
I can go down because this is your slide. She's going to take it away for you. Thanks.
Okay, moms are moms. You know what that means. Okay, so comparisons. I feel like since there's so many Beachbody coaches out there, like my whole entire newsfeed is basically other Beachbody coaches. When I first started, it was like really hard for me not to compare myself to other coaches that were doing it longer than me, that were at a higher rank than me, that were making more money than me. It was really hard for me to be like, what am I doing that they're not doing, or vice versa? Like, why am I even good at this job if they're doing something different than me? So what I needed to sit down and talk to myself about was comparisons. I found this quote, comparison is the thief of joy. And that's because comparisons are always unfair. We typically compare the worst that we know about ourselves to the best that we presume about others. The key word there is presume. We don't know anything about anyone else, so we're just assuming. Comparisons by definition require metric, but only a fool believes every good thing can actually be counted or measured. Comparisons rob us of our precious time. We each only get 86,400 seconds each day, and using even one of them to compare yourself or your accomplishments to another person is 1 second too many. You are too unique to compare fairly. Your gifts and talents and successes and contributions and value are entirely unique to you and your purpose in this world. They can never be properly compared to anyone else. You have nothing to gain but so much to lose. For example, your pride, your dignity, your drive, and what Shayla was talking about, your passion. There is no end. Once you start, there is no end to the possible number of comparisons. The habit can never be overcome by attaining success. No matter how much success you reach in this business, there will always also be something or someone else to focus on. Comparison puts focus on the wrong person. You can control only one life, and that one is yours. But when we constantly compare ourselves to others, we waste precious energy focusing on other people's lives rather than our own. So that is what I have come up with for the reasons why you shouldn't ever think about anyone else but yourself in this business. Because yes, there's a lot of us, but it doesn't matter because you're the one who you can control. So I have another slide about some of the things that people have said to me. I'm sure you guys have all realized that with success comes some negative attitudes from other people. So my mother-in-law, my own mother, a lot of good friends of mine, they have had so many negative things to say about my Beachbody business. It was really disheartening at first, but once again, it doesn't matter. So jealousy comes from counting others' blessings instead of your own. I've had people say, you don't deserve your success. I must have used an unfair advantage because I know Shayla so well. That means that I'm just going to let Shayla finish the slide because my kid is going bonkers.
Hi guys, sorry. We're having a little bit of issues with the babies tonight. So, okay. She was talking about, just kind of fill me in here, about people not thinking she deserves success and all that kind of stuff, right? Right? Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead here and let her just come back to that. She feeds the little one. Okay, sorry. What a gong show. We're going to just go into this slide that I have for you guys and that I've had ready for. So you have to be willing to endure the storm to enjoy and appreciate the rainbow that follows. So you guys probably know by now, some of you may be newer coaches, some people have been around for a while, but this business is wishy-washy, right? We go through ups and downs almost monthly in this business, okay? But I have to say this, and from personal experience, you guys, from when I first started, I've seriously wanted to quit a handful of times. Handful of times, actually, if I'm being honest with you guys. Things get tough. There's those hard months sometimes. It starts to really bring you down. You feel like you're drowning in that storm. But the one thing that I found, and this kind of goes towards like the beginning where I said, you have to have the passion and to never quit. That's the only way to fail is by quitting. But if you keep going, you guys, and you can get through that storm, the rainbow that follows is beautiful. Bigger things are always going to happen. So when you feel like you're going through that rut in this business, maybe, you know, people aren't messaging you back, maybe people aren't connecting with you, maybe people aren't, you know, involved in your post, whatever it might be, maybe you dropped rank, just know that after that happens, you guys, the rainbow is going to shine. And it's so crazy how that works. And there's probably a few of you guys on right now that can vouch for this. Sharon, if you're on here, I know that we've talked about this before, but when you just feel like you can't make it past that one struggle in this business, if you do, you are going to take your business from here to here. Or maybe it's something more personal, okay? So you're always going to be growing in this business. You learn from every single storm that you get through, okay? So the next time that comes, it's not going to be as sudden to you. You're going to be able to control it a little better. And you know what? Things are going to happen more than once in the business where you're like, this is not happening again. Oh my God. But if you get through it, you guys, it's going to get easier every single time. And that is where the success is going to come. All right. So I'm going to, I'm not going to interrupt Laura and baby here, but those are the slides for you guys. And like I said, Laura can go over her slides with you guys again, but I want to keep it open for a Q&A. We're right around the time that we wanted it to be, so that's perfect. There she is, little baby.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. That's why a lot of us are moms on this.
This is the reason why I'm a Beachbody coach, so I can be at home with this monster because no one else can take care of her.
All right. So I want to leave it open for Q&A, you guys. If you have any questions about, you know, the slides or anything that we covered or branding yourself or something isn't clear to you guys, type in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask, because I would love to answer some questions for you guys. Do you guys feel like you kind of took something away from the call, the whole branding, putting yourself out there?
This came to me at the perfect time. As you know, I just did that presentation on Saturday, and I came away from that with my brand. So now to be just reviewing everything, and I'm so looking forward to that test that you're going to post tomorrow. So thank you so much for this. It's like meant to be. It's so perfect.
Aw, yay. So good. And you know what? Like Laura said at the beginning, you guys, whether you're a new coach or a veteran coach or whatever, I mean, I've been doing this for nearly 2 years now. Well, February will be 2 years. And I didn't have a brand for a really long time. And I didn't even really think about it. That's something that you don't really, you know, even
I guess I just approach this business as a business. Like if I was selling shoes or cars or anything else, I'm selling something, and you need to have a great name and you need to have something recognizable or no one's even going to know who you are. Like,
totally. I like it.
I have a question. I've never seen the Disney coaches that everybody's always talking about. Do they actually like have Disney in their posts?
oh yeah.
Here, I will, that's a good question, Sharon. So if you guys, I mean, go on to Laura's page, you guys, tonight and check it out. But I want to show you another person who's branded herself brilliantly.
Yes.
I look up to her. I actually just messaged her on advice on social media, so I'm waiting to hear back. And when she does tell me what course or whatever she took, I will be sharing it with you guys. But she is a friggin' genius. And she is one of the Disney
Okay.
coaches. Her name is
I just worry about, like, because I've started branding myself around a positive mindset, and I have like an addiction to Little Miss Sunshine. She is everywhere in my house.
Yeah.
And I just worry about, like, I've been putting her picture on my posts, but is this not like a copyright infringement? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I worry about this Disney stuff.
I wonder if too, Sharon, if you looked at it as more so you're just trying to
Be
yourself through a character, and if you tell that story and why you love Little Miss Sunshine and what inspired you to use that, incorporate it in your life, I think as long as you have that story out there, it should be okay? Because that's a good question.
We were just talking about you, Sharon, and what we thought your brand was. What I thought it was your pictures are always really, really close up on your beautiful face, your freckles. I always think like all natural, like really healthy food, no added sugars and stuff like that, right? Like you're like total like, what's that word? Like hippie kind of, like all natural. Yeah.
I'm a total hippie.
That's what I thought. Like that's what I associate you with. So if I ever need like something holistic or something like that, you're the girl I'm going to. So I think you've done a good job of it already, and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Too funny.
And that's like Melissa too on my team, Melissa Bailey, if you're on
Yeah,
here.
we were talking about you too.
Your pictures, you always take it in front of the chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even realize that you're branding yourself. When I see just that little corner of your picture, I know it's Melissa's picture.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of neat. So this is Angie Belmar. I'll get to some of the Disney ones. So she's got a dog named Carl, and he's basically in every Snapchat, every video, every picture you will ever see. He's hilarious. He's got some sort of personality for himself. That is a part of Angie, okay? When I see that dog, I'm like, frickin' Carl. Like, I know how she talks to him, everything. She loves Disney. Huge fanatic. Her workout gear is Disney. Her little office stuff is Disney, okay?
Yeah.
And it almost seems like it's over the top, but then you have to think too, not everybody is seeing every post of yours every single day, and they don't always have to be of your brand, right? You don't need 5 posts a day of Minnie Mouse, but a lot of people aren't seeing that anyways, right? So then when you go back to her page and I start scrolling and I'm like, oh, she's so interesting. You know, like she's got this Disney thing going on, all of her workout gears Disney, her backpacks Disney, you know, like it's insane.
Yeah.
But now when I think of Disneyland, I think of Angie right away, or Minnie Mouse, or whatever kind of Disney.
Marketing 101.
Yeah, so it's really neat, this whole branding thing. And I don't think a lot of coaches are doing it yet, you guys. So if we can get going and step up and get going on this sooner than later, things are going to happen for us, because I don't really feel like a lot of people have branded themselves in this business yet. It hasn't been known. It's going to be a vital behavior one day.
Yeah.
We can say that Laura made it up. Aw, thanks, Nicole. So, Nicole, this is really inspiring as I feel time I gain a follower. Get a comment. It's from another coach. Okay, so
but that's not always a bad thing. That's not always a bad thing. It's bringing traffic to your page, and also other people don't know they're Beachbody coaches. So it just looks like you have a lot of fans and a lot of followers and a lot of people that are being really positive and supporting what you're doing. It's not a bad thing. It's not like it says Beachbody coach over their comment, right? Like, it's still great. You're still getting traffic to your page. So don't hate on other Beachbody coaches posting on your stuff. That's totally fine.
It's awesome. If anything, that's freaking awesome, because that means that they've been inspired by you,
exactly.
Right?
Because I don't comment on other Beachbody coaches unless they're doing something right.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Nicole. And that too, you guys, I just want to say this. It doesn't really have anything to do with that. If you are finding it hard in your newsfeed to actually find potential clients to comment on their posts, because all you can see is Beachbody coaches, it happens, right? Everybody's probably like, yes, my whole newsfeed is Beachbody coaches. It's not that you're unfollowing them, but you can unfollow them, you guys. If it starts to be a big sea of coaches and you seriously can't find people to connect with, you got to start unfollowing some. Keep some, obviously, right? Like, I still follow Bonnie Engel, Lindsay Matway. Like, I have my faves that I obviously really truly follow for their journey, but you can unfollow them, and you will get to that point in the business, if you haven't yet, where you have so many coaches on your Facebook that you're going to probably want to do that. Otherwise you get distracted, and then it's just nonsense playing on Facebook, which we already probably struggle with the most, I'd say, as coaches.
Sure.
Using your time effectively on Facebook. Cool. Katie, what was your brand that you found on the call? Want to share it with us? Nice. Lighthouse. Love it. I'm glad that we inspired you.
That's wonderful.
I love it. Yeah.
I love that.
See, it just clicks sometimes, you guys.
Yeah.
It takes that moment that it'll just, when it feels right, it feels right.
I love that. There's so many things you can do with that too, Katie. I'll message you after. Like,
Laura's already like,
oh my God, there's so many things. I love it.
All right. Does anyone else have any more?
Yeah, does anyone else have
questions?
something they want to throw out there that we could give you some feedback on? Toss around some ideas for your own brand. Toss around some things that make you you, sets you apart.
No, that's okay. It's a quiet little group tonight. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to get on the call. I say this in every call that I do with my team and with you guys. The fact that you took time out of your night to come on this call and listen to us and listen to Lacey shows that you guys are seriously, you've still got that passion.
Yeah.
You're in it. You guys are here. You're in it for the long haul. Keep doing what you're doing. By getting on this call shows a lot, you guys. You have no idea. We look, like I search for names. I see who's on this call, and I seriously appreciate it so much. And if you guys have any more questions, like fire us a message anytime. We'd love to help. And I'm going to put that slide in Inferno team page with that little link as well, so that you guys can do that core personal value test. Super cool. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming on the call.
Thank you.
Have a great Monday.
Bye. Thank you.